This is docket 4220 CE 185. It's the Northern States Power Company CPCN for the Wheaton Repowering Project. My name is Michael Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC, connected through Zoom, and we have parties and commission staff in attendance. We've made the connection available to members of the public as well, and we're live streaming, and also that live stream will be preserved on YouTube as a recording. We're accepting public comments in this case. We will be receiving written comments up until January 30th through the Commission's website and by U.S. mail. We'll also meet on Thursday in Eau Claire for a public hearing session at both 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. That information's on our notice of hearing, which is on the screen share and also on the Commission's website. Just a brief note for that public hearing. All signs are good. I think the temperature will be a little warmer than today, so I don't think there'll be ice or snow in the way that would prevent us from doing the hearing in person. I'm going to strive to provide 24 hours notice in case we do need to cancel. We would just pivot to Zoom only and conduct the hearing that way. But I think we'll be good to go as planned. So, all right, let's switch over to the next step, which is just getting appearances for the record. So who do we have representing Citizens Utility Board?
Good morning, Your Honor. Kara Ferris with the Citizens Utility Board, and I have with me Corey Singletary, and who is a witness in the case, and also Ted Callan, who is one of our staff people who is a party to all of the confidentiality agreements.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Clean, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brett Cordy on behalf of Clean, Wisconsin.
Okay, Northern States Power Company, the applicant.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lisa Agramonte and Justin Chasko from Frederickson and Byron on behalf of the applicant. I'll note, and I think you've already spoken with our witness room. Everybody in the witness room is cleared to observe and hear CEII.
Okay, great, thanks. Public Service Commission staff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Zachary Peters for the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin, and appearing with me is Sophia Rogers.
Okay, WEG.
Good morning, Your Honor. Steve Heinzen appearing for WEG.
All right, great. Thanks, everybody. I got letting one more person in here. Just bear with me a moment. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the offered evidence. I believe the document you received, I sent out probably Monday. No, it must have been yesterday. It was Monday. It was the PDF version. I've done a little updates since that time, since new documents have been filed. And I did want to just touch base with everyone so that I did include the SURSA rebuttal that was filed yesterday. That's on the offered evidence list now. I'm just gonna add one more name here. And I was able to compile a table that looks like I think I have all of the discovery exhibits that will be used at the hearing, and I just wanted to make sure I got them all. I had 7, I believe, altogether. And I was trying to compile the CEII versions, which are now in our internal system, the confidential versions and the public versions. So if you just take a second to review that and let me know if I'm missing something, just so we don't have to go searching for it during the hearing.
Your Honor, we intend to use a response to a staff data request that would be offered as an exhibit. It's not on the list, but I figured that would still work.
Okay, so that's in addition to what was provided yesterday? Or might, right?
Right, because my understanding is the staff responses to staff are always entered as.
Right, they are part of the record. Okay, yeah, just we'll have to dig that up when we get to it. So, okay, that's fine.
Thanks.
In terms of the anything else we're missing in that list?
Your Honor, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Who's speaking?
This is Justin Chasko.
Oh, I see you. Okay, thank you.
On my version, I can't see the whole list. We also had two non-discovery. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we're just talking about discovery exhibits here, but we had the two additional RFP notices, and perhaps they're just on a different spot.
No, actually, I did remember seeing that, but I guess I wasn't sure. I don't know if I saw that file exactly. Why don't we go off the record for this? So I was looking at one email from the applicant that had some attachments to it. Is there a second one? There's a cross-examination email.
I apologize. It should be, and we'll confirm here, but it should be in that same email.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
is it not? Oh, is it just listed there? I remember reading something. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I didn't see documents related to that. So the Dairyland announcement and
there were two Dairyland announcements, and
they were attached. I didn't see them.
I apologize if we missed it. I believe they were attached, but Lisa's gonna double check my work, and if not, hopefully we can provide them now. I apologize if we did miss them. They're pretty simple, just public announcements of RFPs for capacity in Western Wisconsin.
Yeah, this is what I have.
They're in there?
They're not.
Oh, I apologize. We did miss them.
Okay. All right, well, if you can email them to the same recipient list you did the prior email. Let's get that now.
Will do.
All right. I was trying to be so organized. Oh, well. So the other issue I was wondering about these documents, these discovery documents that I have on the screen right now. There are a number of them that are filed were uploaded to the SFTP and also filed in a public version. And let's get on the record for this part. So yeah, just looking at the discovery exhibits, what's been offered as discovery exhibits for today. There's 3 documents that were sent through the SFTP. One has a public version, but the others I couldn't find either a confidential or a public version of those. So I was just wondering, hopefully that filing is pending, or what the situation is with those.
And I'm sorry, just to clarify, for some of the discovery responses, you're not seeing that the public versions were filed?
Right. If you look on the screen, there's a table, and the question marks are the missing files. So it appears that potentially some of the discovery was not filed. It was just shared through SFTP, but then not filed with the public and confidential version. So they weren't. So the request for confidentiality is yet to be made, because that's how you request confidentiality, by filing it through our website, the system there, that web page. So in order to request confidentiality, you need to use the confidentiality web request form online, and then that will require you to file a confidential version and a public version. So looks like all three are still not filed correctly in that respect. So that'll need to be rectified. I just hope people understand, just generally speaking, if you're sharing through the SFTP, it's still a discovery response that needs to be filed on Earth.
Just a point of clarification, given that it's Cubs and Clean Wisconsin's data response, do you want them to correct that? Or given that it's our exhibit, is that something?
Okay, well, the exhibit's going to be a separate issue, but yeah, the data request response, the filer of the data request response should be correcting that. And I think one of them is an applicant response, number 4 on the table. So it's both Cub, Clean Wisconsin, and the applicant have the same problem there. In terms of the exhibit, if these documents are entered as exhibits, they'll need to be refiled as exhibits, and then three versions of those filings will need to be made. The CII version where that applies, and then the confidential and the public versions as well. So when we'll go through the hearing, we'll mark those as whoever the witness is who's getting posed the questions, who's getting presented the document, that'll be that witness's exhibit, and with the next number, we'll mark that when we get to it, and then you'll just need to refile those documents as exhibits. Okay. So are we still waiting for those RFP? I think I may have a new.
I may have to go off screen to get those. If you'd like, I can do that right now. I have a couple other items on this list that, if it's okay, we could wait until whatever your preference is, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's just go off the record and get those documents first, and then we can discuss.
All right, I'll be right back.
Just to clarify, Your Honor, off the record,
Okay, let's go off the record.
We are.
Cara,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I am not seeing what Cub needs to refile here.
Okay, well, the way I read it, there's a Cub. I mean, maybe Clean Wisconsin can handle this. It's a Cub Clean Wisconsin response to NSPW's second set of discovery. Now was filed with CII. Also, I could only find the public version of it.
Okay.
And maybe I just didn't find it. That's why I was asking if I was missing anything on the table.
Okay, so
But as an additional issue, so if you just filed a public version, that means you didn't request confidentiality for the document, because you would have to file a confidential filing in order to request confidentiality treatment. So
okay. And that would be a placeholder document because there's actually no confidential, it's just CEII. Okay.
you can file it that way. It's not my preference.
Oh,
But-
okay.
but that's how it's been done now. I think there's going to be certain documents where we'll want to see the full. I think like the transcript would be useful to have the full pages, even if every page is redacted. I don't really think that's realistic, but that would be a situation where I think the way Clean Wisconsin was filing its exhibits is my preference, where it was redacting the confidential filing has the CII redacted just like the public filing does. That's my preference, but I know it's been accepted to just file a placeholder document. The issue becomes whether there is possibly regular confidential mixed in
Right.
with the CII, and then the regular confidential should appear on the confidential document. I think where it got confusing it confused me with the applicant's filings, because they claim both CII and proprietary trade secret on all of their documents. So for me, it was hard for me to understand whether maybe part of the redactions were only proprietary. But at this point, the way things are filed now, unless there's a refiling required, the way things are filed now is okay, just to use the placeholder. I don't know if we'll maybe revisit that in future cases, but I know that applicant was instructed that to do that was okay, so that's how we'll accept those. And if you notice on the offered evidence list, I tried to distinguish for the public's benefit where documents were confidential documents, so it's got a C. This is a CEII redacted document, as opposed to the same type of document the applicant filed an SFTP placeholder document. So it's just a different animal. Possibly a person would be looking for something that's just simply proprietary. If they had access to it, well, they wouldn't really be able to see it on Earth anyway, but they would know it's there, I suppose. But that just makes it more clear as to what the contents of the document is. So yeah, you can do a placeholder or a redacted version. I think, but like I said, I think the transcript may be useful to have something that people can open and look at, even though it would only be internal. It still would help us to be able to understand and delineate that some things may not necessarily may not be CEII. They may not require that enhanced protection. So. So any other questions on the table before we can move on from that?
A couple questions with respect to your notes. I think I understood most
okay.
of them.
We're
So
still off.
nothing on the discovery exhibits is what I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, and hopefully you do have those 2 Dairyland RFPs now.
I don't yet, but you sent it, so we'll wait and see. Okay, hopefully the internet will work.
Your Honor, on the data request exhibits,
Yeah.
Is the third one listed there, CW's thirds, is that the data request or the response to that? I guess we can see.
Yeah, that's a good question. It was kind of difficult to. Cubs. I don't know. That might not be. Let me open it offline. Where this would pop up exactly. It'll only be the first page. Oh, there we go.
We've been off the record.
Yeah, thankfully. It is the. Yeah, yes, that is the request. You're right. So that was okay, I see. So that was we had it on our SFTP. I may have just used the wrong document for that. I don't know if staff had the correct document on file yet. Maybe that's why I picked the wrong one.
Yes, Your Honor, and I think that number 4, all of the exhibits for cross that we provided were Cub or CW responses.
Yes, I think Cub wanted that document.
Number 4, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think so. There should be an email. Maybe I think that's where I'm remember that.
That's correct.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Cub. requests. Okay, yeah, I think I do have that document here. Okay. So you're right. Okay, yeah, I think I do have the response here. So we will just have to add that in later. So I'm not sure how the other filings work out with that one. Okay, anything else with that? I do have the Dairyland files here now. All right, great. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the list.
Do you want to still stay off the record?
We can start off the record. Yeah, I'll see what the questions are.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead, Attorney Chasko, with your questions.
There's a note with respect to Mr. Beamer's testimony to correct any references to EA.
Yes.
I looked for it again this morning. I don't see a reference to the EA in Mr. Beamer's testimony.
Right. So I believe maybe I got the witness wrong here. I thought there's two witnesses that it's not the EA, but it's comments that people filed regarding the EA. So it's EA comments. They're
In that, understand in Mr. McFarland's testimony that comment is in several of your notes.
yeah.
And I could only find it in Mr. McFarland's testimony, and certainly we'll correct that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not sure we have others.
I thought there was one other person who was citing the EA comment. Yeah, that was on the original list that we talked about on the at the status conference. So yeah, if that's not true, then just look for those on in your filings.
We'll review all of it to
Yeah.
make sure I'm not missing one. But
Okay.
I did want to note there was at least Mr. Beamer that was, I am highly certain, is not in there.
Okay. All right.
And then we have similar comments with respect to the application, having correct application citations. And I think I understand what you're getting at, but I just want to confirm a number of the witnesses don't actually have technical citations to the application, but reference it. And I assume what you mean is that you would prefer in those instances that there be a direct cite. Because there's not for example, in Direct Gamble 8, he actually doesn't have a citation to fix, so to speak.
Okay. Take a peek at that. So, okay. So there's the updates he talked about. Yeah, it's just an application. In the application included figure. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I suppose I guess I would cite to that differently, but I see how you worded it. I guess I guess I'm still curious, is the applicant, did the applicant think about refiling that document in order to include the revised figure?
Our intention was not to do so. Of course, if you would like us to, we can make those corrections to the application, but we were not planning on doing so.
So what I would propose is, can you file just the revision? And then we'll put the revision document into the application exhibit so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Almost like an errata sheet.
Yeah, okay. Or I would just title it exactly like just revised figure 331, because then that would be obvious to them what the issue is. And then there's another one in another witness's testimony as well. Just do the same for that.
I think there are a few instances where Mr. Gamble provides narrative supplements, which you could characterize as corrections, but I think they're largely developments that occurred since the application took place.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure I understand which ones you want us to do them for, and if it's all, it may be that could be fine, but it would essentially just be cut and pasting his testimony, I think.
Yeah.
Or
I guess just let it be the way it is.
Okay.
It may just be too complicated to do at this point. I might just so I'm gonna create the final application exhibit with the links to the CEII and maybe just make a note that this testimony changes the application. But it was Gamble, and then there was another witness also offering changes.
maybe I don't recall
Okay.
sitting here today,
Yeah,
but
so I'd like to just note that in the application exhibit if we can. Okay, so other questions?
well, we addressed one other. So the only other one I have is I recall you mentioned you could remember two witnesses that referenced the EA comments, and I think I remember based on my other note which one you're referring to. There's I believe Mr. Gamble's testimony as well references Ms. Rowe's comments about the EA or something to that regard. It may be I'm not thinking of the same person you are, but those comments are in respect to her testimony, not a separate EA comment. So in any event, we will look through
Okay.
and make sure we've identified anybody who has offered a EA comment that will be offered as an exhibit. Sitting here today, I think that's just Mr. McFarland.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be a McFarland exhibit, and then you'd want to change this, include that citation to the exhibit in the file testimony. So anything else for the applicant?
No, that was it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. How about Cub? Didn't really have much.
Nothing from Cub.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wayne, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and staff?
No questions, Your Honor. I did want to note, if this is the appropriate time, I discussed with counsel from Cub and Clean Wisconsin what we talked about at the status conference regarding information that would be otherwise public, but has been filed on the SFTP and could be maybe more appropriately refiled as simply confidential on IRF. in line with what the applicant has previously done. I don't know if now is the best time to sort of bring that up to, or which exhibits we identified that would be properly refiled, perhaps in the revision period following hearing.
Okay, yeah, let's take care of that now. So let's get on the record for that. So just go ahead with that on the record, Attorney Peters.
Sure. So as I was saying, Your Honor, in line with the prior status conference, I, representing commission staff, worked with counsel from Cub and Clean Wisconsin to identify exhibits that they previously filed through SFTP that perhaps are more appropriately filed as simply confidential on IRF. And I can list those exhibits for you now. And then I don't know if other counsel have any other comments to add into that or not.
Your Honor, I just want to, I don't know if the titles of those documents may in fact reveal confidential information. So I just want to pause and ask how they'll be identified.
Yeah, I'll proffer. They're just simply identified by their exhibit title and number. So there will not be any document titles themselves per se. So for example, exhibit, entity, witness name, and then number will be the only way that I'll identify them now.
Well, why don't we just take Neil first and just give me the exhibit numbers?
So all exhibits are under witness Neil's sponsorship, and those are numbers 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, and 18.
Okay. All right, so
I
that's
have that correct.
okay. And so that was you discussed that with Cub and Clean, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the applicant, did you have any comment on that proposal?
Your Honor, I'd like the opportunity to pull each of those up and verify, and I just got the list. So we'll try to do that in parallel and let you know after we've made that review.
Understood, thanks. Okay. So that's all of the exhibits? Okay, great.
Yes,
Thanks.
Your Honor.
All right. And okay, so there's also, well, we can do that when we get to the witness. Let's just wanted to mention this general note. I saw that a lot of the titles for documents included this confidential CII in the title of the testimony, which is kind of awkward because then in the public version there's a redaction for in that space, which is, I don't know, just seems weird. So if we could just refrain from identifying at the title of the document that it's confidential CII, and then redacting. I mean, I think it's appropriate that it doesn't appear in the public version, but in order for that to happen, you need to not put it in the confidential version. So I think it's going to be clear. Confidential is stamped on the top of every page if you file something confidentially. For what's filed on the SFTP, what I've been doing is changing the file name so that, if to the extent it appears on these documents, it's going to have the CII in parentheses. The confidential version will have CII redacted or that FSTP placeholder in parentheses, and then the public version just looks like the public version. That's what's being communicated here in a very detailed way so that people get all the information. And then lastly, the citation to the data request response exhibit, I was trying to make that a little more succinct, and just to have the actual data request response be the thing that you're citing to. I think in some examples it goes basically repeats the entire title on IRF, But when staff does create this DRR exhibit, it'll be clear in its presentation that, for example, the CW 1.1 should be pretty easy to find on that table. So all you need to do is, use a shorter version of that is useful for everyone, just to keep things more condensed on the page. So those are just future notes. Then you don't need to refile anything because of that. But we will be back again, so. All right, so it looks like we have all of the documents lined up here to the extent we can do that right now. I will check back with the applicant about those Clean Wisconsin exhibits at some point during the day. And I think that's it. Oh, okay. So let's move on to witnesses that we might be able to excuse. So we'll just take first, I guess the easiest way to do that is who do we still have cross for? So why don't we start with the applicant on that?
Thank you, Your Honor. We have cross for Ms. Neal.
Okay, so we're good with witness Singletary at this point?
Yes.
Okay. And so Cub, cross for which witness?
We have cross for Wood and Shaw.
Your Honor, with respect to Singletary, I apologize, probably would have been better to address this with a direct testimony, but we had a stipulation I mentioned in the email that exhibit could be entered without Singletary testifying. And I believe it's just one, if I recall correctly. Assume that's acceptable, but wanted to confirm.
Right, it's a data request response, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll accept that if there's no objections. Okay, and so we did Clean Wisconsin. Did I ask you?
No, Your Honor, we have cross for applicant witness Wood and PSC witness Kitzenbell.
Staff will be appearing, I'm sure, but just in case. And Wig, any witnesses to cross?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Staff?
No cross, Your Honor.
All right, okay. So, sounds good. So we're on the record, so we can excuse from appearing on the record. The following witnesses, will just expect their testimony to be verified by affidavit, and the corrections to their testimony is indicated on the offered evidence list be made within the time frame, our standard time frame. Although I may give you more time if you request it. So, so why don't we just do that now? I'll just give you 5 working days to do all the refilings instead of 3. Hopefully that's enough. Although I'm not really in a rush, so if you need more time, just let everyone know by email. We can just extend the time frame for everyone across the board if we need to make that longer. So those witnesses are Ashman, Beamer, Brixius, Gamble, McFarlane, Nelson, Samuelson, Singletary, and for staff, Haller, Munson, Rowe, Tomaszewski, and Wu. So they're all, yes.
Just to jump in, Your Honor, as you correctly noted, staff will still appear to verify their testimony today as opposed to filing an affidavit.
Yes, okay, so yes, and what I was going to say is that those witnesses need not appear, but may appear if they're called by their sponsor to verify their testimony on the stand if they wish to do so. And yeah, and I guess well, let's leave it at that for now. So That's good. We got those done. Anything else we need to address before we adjourn? Before we move on.
Your Honor, I think I understood this is kind of implied, but for the Sir,
Yes.
are you expecting folks to read that into the record today?
That's a great question. That should have been my next one. So yes, are there objections to taking the Shaw and Woods Sir rebuttal in writing? Has everyone had a chance to review that? I'm not hearing any objections to that. In other ways, they'll have the opportunity to read, to make an oral statement. I don't know if it's really you'd be able to read it all, but that's the other opportunity to do that. So I'm not hearing objections to that. Okay, so we will allow those documents to be filed. So at this point, pending the corrections we've identified, I can receive the documents that are listed on the offered evidence list into the record, and also pending their verification. So at this point, I think we can get started. Anything else we need to? Mara?
Yeah. Your Honor, could we just have 5 minutes to switch around our witnesses?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
You need a break already, huh? It was only 43 minutes of hearing first. This is after the status conference too.
All right, Your Honor, we are prepared to commence when you are ready.
Okay. Well, it's the applicant's turn, so call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The applicant calls Michelle Wood.
Okay. So we have the applicant witness. Okay, so witness box there. Okay. So I just want to make sure, where's Debbie? Debbie, are you there? Weird. I see her as being connected. There we go.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just got me nervous there.
When you say 5 minutes, I go 5 minutes.
Oh.
No,
okay.
I didn't.
I must have just said that metaphorically. Okay,
I'll take any
we're gonna
chance
get
I
started
can.
now. Are you ready?
Very
Oh,
ready.
go. Okay, great. Okay, so we have witness Wood, who's in that witness NSPW witness box there. Do you see her there, Debbie?
Did she wait? Oh, there you are. I found you. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pin that too. Okay, great. All right, I'll swear you in, so please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead, take it away.
Thank you. Ms. Wood, would you please state your full name and your position at NSP?
Michelle Ann Wood, and I am a principal real-time planning engineer.
Did you cause to be filed direct rebuttal and surrebuttal as pre-filed testimony in this case?
Yes, I did.
And if I asked you those questions today, would your answers be substantially the same?
Yes.
I'm just gonna interrupt for a sec. Witness Wood, could you move your microphone a little closer to your mouth? I think that it's a
that
little,
better?
yeah, a little bit more. I think if you could just get it right. Does it bend at all? No?
Nope, no bending.
Oh, okay. So it is a little muffled. I think. if
Yeah,
you
I don't
could
know
just
why. Try again.
Is this better?
Slightly, yeah. If you just speak a little louder, maybe. We'll know you're not yelling. It's okay.
I can use my Scoutmaster voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Your Honor,
sorry.
I'm not hearing her in my mic either, but if folks can hear with the volume up, then I can proceed.
Okay, well, we'll try it and see. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, Your Honor, I would tender Miss Wood for cross-examination at this time and ask to go into confidential session.
So let's just go off the record for a second. So, you are muted. I'm wondering if, even though you have headphones on, but you're muted. So I wonder if you're
Ah, I
picked
got
up
it.
by some other microphones. Okay, let's just test you out there.
Yeah, now speak.
Is that better?
Yes, okay, good. Okay. All right, so we're going into a closed session and with CII, I'm assuming.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, all right, so let me
No, I can't hear him.
all in a breakout room. Should be easy nowadays. I'm pretty familiar with that. And I think if I can either invite you or put you all in there directly. Sometimes depends on what button I push, but it looks like you'll all just flow in there automatically.
Your
And
Honor, we're
just
having,
so,
we're
yes,
having some mic issues. Give me a
Okay.
second. I'm echoing. Why? All right, so you can't
I
hear.
can't hear anything.
And if I put that on, that's red, so that's not good. Try this. I probably put it down too far. You good?
Now I can hear.
All right, great.
okay, good. All right, we'll put you in the breakout rooms. Just want to make a note for the live stream and recording that you're just gonna it's gonna go black, and we're gonna be using the screen share for something else, so there's gonna be no kind of placeholder or notice to tell you what's going on. So it's just gonna be a blank screen for a while. All right, we'll put everyone in a breakout room, so see you in there. Okay. To start up that screen share again. Go. All right, and there we go. See everybody? Okay. It's like we're good to go. And let's see the many open windows I have here. I can, yeah, looks like we are on the live stream as well. Okay, great. Okay, so we just wanted to verify witnesses would source a rebuttal while we're on the public stream here. So if we can go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Wood, did you cause to be filed sir rebuttal in this docket?
Yes, I did.
And if I asked you the questions that's in that sir rebuttal, would your answers be substantially the same this morning?
Yes, they would.
Thank you.
Okay. And let's just go off the record for a second. Did have one comment, I believe, for Ms. Witness Woods. Oh, yeah. So I just wanted to make sure we'll do this off the record, but so what I'm showing here is the note on Wood surrebuttal, the first line of page 3. I thought that it would be useful to indicate that when the witness used the term do nothing, it's witnesses Wood's terminology, not witness Neal's. And I think that just might have been the way it was presented here was a little confusing. Maybe it's just my confusion. So let's just take a peek at that. Oh, maybe I can't see it from here. Rebuttal 3. Yeah. So in the surrebuttal, that is, I think that the witness gets the rebuttal. Okay, she takes care of it in rebuttal, but in surrebuttal, that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this, yeah, I can show this. This is the public version. So I think it's just in this question, Ms. Neal recommends a do nothing approach. So I think, that's really witnesses Wood's terminology. I don't think it mischaracterizes witness Neal's testimony by saying the recommendation of a do nothing approach in quotes. So we could just modify that, say, what I call a do nothing approach, something like that. So that was in the notes, but I figured might have got lost in the shuffle. So
All right. Is that I'm sorry, correction or an update to the rebuttal that you are asking for?
That would be a surrebuttal, page 3, line 1. And that's in the notes, the comments on the offered evidence list.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great. So anything else for this witness? Okay, Ms. Witness Wood's excused. We can call our next witness.
All right, this time I'm going to really ask for 5 minutes, and I'll put a timer on my phone just so everybody knows it's 5 minutes. And we'll switch to Mr. Shaw.
All right, so a real 5 minutes off the record. Go ahead.
Your Honor, we're ready when you are.
All right, sounds good. So do we have our witness ready?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Shaw is seated.
Let's test out the witnesses. There we go. Perfect. See you there. All right, let's get back on the record. I'll swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Shaw, can you please state your name and your position for the record?
My name is Christopher Shaw. This is really echoey.
Something's not working, Your Honor, just a minute.
Okay.
Speaker. Because I'm not hearing you. Oh, that's why I'll speak again, Chris. Oh, that'll help.
Okay. I spoke at an echo. How about now?
Is it better for you?
That's good for me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But I think I can't hear.
That I don't understand because you're.
Huh. Do you need to mute this?
No, if I mute that, then you don't speak. All the buttons I know to push. I'm gonna do this one, and you can't hear anything.
Sorry, was this muted? Yeah.
If I mute that, then you speak, they don't hear anything.
You can't hear me right now?
We can
Okay.
hear you. I think you're coming through a
Oh,
different microphone.
okay.
Yeah, so that's the only way you come out, but your speakers aren't working, which is what I can't figure out. Can you hear me through your headset now?
Mhm.
Gonna push one more button, Your Honor, and then I'm gonna have to call a friend. Yeah, I don't know why that would work. That's what it was on before. All right, just a minute, Your Honor.
All right.
What you setting on here is I can think. Again, that's good. I know. Do you hear us in through your headset?
I do hear you through the
All right, I think we're good now.
Yeah, it's still. It's
Still
just a
echoey?
delay, and when I hear myself,
All right,
Like-
we'll wait for the tech person then. Well, yeah.
it's just like I can hear myself like delayed from when I'm
Yeah.
talking, and so it's hard to.
Yeah, and I hear you delayed, but I want you
Sure.
to be comfortable, so
Okay.
if we need to figure this out, we'll figure it out. Mr. Shaw's getting an echo in his headset, so we're working on IT assist.
Okay. They don't have to happen to have a room mic or a table mic. I can't hear me now.
Mr. Shaw, can you hear me okay?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, and
Does
is
that
the
seem
echo
okay?
okay?
Still have an echo. It might be picking up her voice
Oh.
in here as well, a little bit.
All right, let's just go to the,
Maybe it'll.
Your Honor, we're going to switch to just using the laptop microphone, which means I won't light up if I'm raising an objection, but I'll try to signal with,
Well, if we can hear you, that'll be fine.
okay, great.
Let's see if that'll work in terms of audio. So we're strictly using one laptop and one,
So right now we are unmuted, so they should be hearing us here.
okay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Are you?
You're probably
are
not
you,
hearing normal right now,
yes,
are you?
I can.
Okay.
You don't need your headphones now, though, do you?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what we're doing. I wanted to just have the audio and the sound come through one little share.
Sure. Okay.
That
So
way.
now the speakers are also these right now. So let's see if this works for you. Let me turn this up here.
And if we could just have,
All right. So they should be hearing us. All right. Would you mind? Could we hear you as well?
we can hear you. Can you hear us?
My
Testing,
apologies.
testing.
I don't think we have you just yet. Can
No? Okay.
we try that one more time, please?
Yeah, here we are. Trying to give you some testing
Can you
audio here.
Unplug these. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can we put Attorney Agramani's video on without the so we'll need video on both participants over there. So the attorney and the witness. Are you hearing me now?
All right. I think we do have a louder source now. Can we try that one more time, please?
Yeah, here we are. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll just need the witness video as well.
Yeah, need to plug back in.
Okay, so Lisa, test that. Let's test if we can hear you from the distance that you're at.
Yeah, Your Honor, are you able to hear me?
Not very well, no. Where's the microphone now? Is it the witness laptop?
No. I just was unfamiliar with the setup, but we'll get you going here. And let's get you back on the correct. There we go. Camera. Okay. Okay.
All right, Your Honor, how about now?
That's better. While you got your tech guy here, I'm gonna put on the screen share maybe a possible solution for the future, which is a standalone microphone that may be able to pick up. That's what I got. So
Okay.
may be able to pick up more than one person in a room. It does a pretty good job. They're pretty
That looks familiar, and thank you for the recommendation.
Okay, great. And this was listed in the FMO, the supplement for Zoom. So I was expecting audio issues to be, taken care of before we got here. But please look into that. That'd be helpful.
Thank you.
Okay. So where are we at now? We have our witness sworn in. So let's go ahead with any more preliminary questions.
He stated his name. I mean,
Okay,
she
thank
asked him
you.
to state his name and he stated his name.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Shaw, what's your position at Excel Energy?
I am the Director of Resource Planning for our Upper Midwest system.
Did you cause to be filed in this case rebuttal, sir rebuttal, and sir rebuttal?
I did.
And if I asked you the same questions that is in that pre-filed testimony, would your answers be substantially the same today?
With the changes in my sir rebuttal, yes.
Thank you. The witness is available for cross.
Hey, do we have any cross for public session? No. Do we have any cross? I know we have someone has cross, right?
Cub has just a brief bit of clarifying cross. And I'm nervous about saying it's public. Let's
No,
close
that's
session
fine.
to be
Just
conservative.
checking.
We've
Okay.
been following the company's,
Yes,
designations on this, so we'll continue to do so. And
that's fine. So we'll jump in the breakout. It all should be routine now. So here we go. And again, for people watching the live stream, you're just gonna have blank screen.
Your Honor, you're muted.
Oh, muted. Ha, you got me. Any more questions for this witness? All right, thanks. You're excused. Just that one extra button you got to push. All right, so we'll move on. Is that all of the applicant's witnesses? Yes, I believe so.
They're
And
both on mute.
oh, yes, you guys are muted. So everyone gets muted when we go out of a breakout.
Yeah. Your Honor, we would like to present the witnesses who are here to verify their testimony if we could.
That's fine. Yes, so Laura, call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. NSPW calls Mara Ashman.
All right, swear you in, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Ms. Ashman, what is your role with NSPW?
My role is the Regional Vice President of Rates and Regulatory Affairs for NSPW.
And did you cause to be filed in this case direct and rebuttal testimony?
Yes, I did.
If I asked you the questions in the pre-filed testimony, would your answers be substantially the same?
Yes, they would be.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, and there's no cross anticipated. Is that correct? Okay, you're excused. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Will you please send Nick in? Mr. Gamble.
You just want to do this if you're set, or you want me to take over?
Oh,
Gamble was on me, but if everything's
set,
working,
yeah.
just do it.
all right.
Sounds good.
Mr.
Okay,
Gamble. is seated.
swear you in, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Gamble, will you please describe your role with NSPW?
I am the project manager for the Wheaton Repowering Project.
Did you cause to be filed direct and rebuttal testimony in this proceeding?
I did.
If I asked you the questions presented in that testimony, would your answers here be the same substantially?
Yes.
That is it for Mr. Gamble.
And exhibits too.
I'm sorry, does Mr. Gamble have exhibits as well?
I have 3 exhibits.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Gamble. Did you also attach 3 exhibits to your testimony?
I did.
And would you make any corrections to those exhibits?
Not beyond those that have been submitted.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, any questions? No? Great, thanks, you're excused.
Thanks.
I'm not sure who my next one will be, Your Honor.
Looks like Matt.
Matt, NSPW calls Mr. Matt McFarland.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. McFarland, will you please describe your role with the project?
I am a principal siting and land rights agent for NSPW.
I'm sorry, Principal. I didn't hear it.
Siting and land rights agent.
Thank you.
Did you file direct testimony in this case?
Yes.
If I asked you the questions that are presented in your direct testimony, would your answers be substantially the same?
Yes.
That is it for Mr. McFarland.
All right, any questions? No, you're excused. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I believe, Your Honor, I have one more witness present. Mr. Jared Nelson. Good morning, Mr. Nelson.
Morning.
All right, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Nelson, what is your role with this project?
I'm the Director of Energy Supply and Market Modeling, providing the long-term capacity expansion and production cost modeling support for the project.
Did you file direct rebuttal, answer rebuttal testimony in this case?
Yes, I did.
And if I asked you the questions that are presented in that testimony, would your answers be substantially the same?
Yes, I would.
Thank you. That's all I have for Mr. Nelson.
Any questions? No? Thanks very much. You're excused.
Your Honor, I believe that exhausts the list of folks who are present here for verification of their testimony. And that concludes the NSPW direct case.
So I just want to confirm, we still have Brixius to verify. Is that the only witness?
Beamer and Samuelson.
Oh, Beamer wasn't there. Okay. I thought you,
Yeah, there'll be 3.
okay. Just going to mark that. All right. Thanks for your presentation. We'll take the next witness, I believe, Cub witness, if they want to verify on the stand, or do they want to file an affidavit?
We'll verify on the stand, please.
Okay. I just need to unmute.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Please state your name and position for the record.
Corey Singletary, Director, Regulatory Affairs for the Citizens Utility Board of Wisconsin.
Mr. Singletary, did you prepare and cause to be filed direct and rebuttal testimony in this proceeding?
I did.
And is that testimony true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
It is.
Do you have anything to add to your testimony at this time?
I do not.
And Mr. Singletary is available. We understand there's no cross for him, but
Yeah, just going to check. Any questions? No, and I think there was an exhibit that we were going to offer that someone was offering in order to forego cross-examination. And should that be a Singletary exhibit as far as we know?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, so which one of the documents would that be from my table here?
It is Cub's responses. I believe it's the second set. Let me double sure.
I think it was the third.
That it is the third set. Thank you. I thought, yeah, it's the third set. Thank you.
Okay.
So is that number 7 on my list?
It is.
Yes. So that would be exhibit 1 for Mr. Singletary.
Right. And abbreviate. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so that was witness Singletary's submission to NSPW.
Correct.
So let me ask you, witness Singletary, is that data request response complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks. All right, anything else for witness Singletary? No? All right, thanks, you're excused.
Thank you.
And that is it for Cub witnesses. We will let Clean Wisconsin call Ms. Neal.
All right, makes sense.
Should I go ahead, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Clean Wisconsin calls Mary Neal.
All right, let me swear you in. You need to unmute. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Your volume's a little low, but just maybe speak up a little louder. Should be able to hear you. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Neal. Could you please state your name and title for the record?
My name is Mary Neal. I am a senior project manager for MRW and Associates.
Ms. Neal, are you the same Mary Neal that prepared and caused to be filed direct, rebuttal, and rebuttal testimony, as well as exhibits marked CW Neil 1 through 24 in this docket?
Yes,
And do you have any corrections to your testimony to provide today?
I do not.
To the best of your knowledge, are the answers you provided in your testimony true and correct?
Yes, they are.
Thank you. Just a couple sir questions on the stand. Ms. Neal, in your expert opinion, is there anything missing from NSPW's application and or the record in this proceeding that, if included, would create a more robust record in future proceedings that may have similar issues as this one?
Objection.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm gonna object and say that's
I'm s-
beyond the scope of the.
I'm sorry.
search.
I'm sorry. The end of the question, you might have unmuted because all I got was if it would create a more robust record. And then,
Yeah, I hadn't finished asking the question.
okay.
Okay, that's fine. So, well, I think from what I've heard so far, I think you just want to elaborate a bit on your objection, Attorney Agramani.
Yes, Your Honor, we did provide some very targeted sir rebuttal in response to the party's sir rebuttal. But I don't think that that opens the door for a narrative response of what all things Ms. Neal believes would be appropriate to add to this record.
Your Honor, I believe this question bears on potential order conditions for the commission to consider. It's a question about the entirety of the record, which was still being added to until the point of this hearing.
Okay, so this, I think I have an answer for you. It's probably not what you expect. And it's something that I guess I had thought about earlier, but was going to decide to let go because I didn't see any objections to it. So this is a practice I think we should probably watch. And I agree there's validity to this objection. But I think it's in the sir rebuttal. Ms. Woods' sir rebuttal, and maybe it's just best to have more of a broader discussion on this.
Your Honor, I'd like to note also that Ms. Neal is not an expert on what the commission may need to render a decision. We also had responded to permit conditions in prior testimony, would have been the appropriate time to respond and provide any conditions of our own.
Your Honor, before we move on, I just remembered we're not in camera right now, which we should be. Apologies.
Oh,
didn't get to anything yet.
Well, I suppose the witness can moderate the answer, but if the answer requires closed session, we can go into close. But at this point, let's handle the objection right now. So I'm not seeing the particular section, but there is a section. One of the NSPW witnesses does say at the end of their testimony, sort of, what else, just sum up everything and give us your view of the case. And it's not responsive to the prior round. It's sort of a summary of prior testimony, which I flagged, but but maybe because I changed my mind, I was gonna let someone object to it rather than flag it. So possibly it's not being, I don't have it handy. So that's inappropriate in its own way. However, I think it is a little bit different than rehashing and summarizing, at least is going back to the record. So I think in my mind, I was thinking these were very similar and I was going to raise them as an issue together. One that I was not going to exclude, and then one that's subject to objection, which I'd have to decide on and try to be consistent about. However, I do recognize an inconsistency there to give the witness an opportunity to simply at this point introduce the information about what's missing is really not appropriate at this point in the testimony. There was plenty of time, and I think the witness has already presented at the appropriate times what the critique of the application and what was needed, what's not in the witness's view correct. So in terms of summarizing that, it's really not part of our process to give a summary. We should avoid that when we can. And to introduce new evidence at this point on that topic would be out of time, unless you're responding exactly to, the sur rebuttal, the written sur or what was made, what other statements were made on the stand. So in terms of giving this sort of, what's inadequate about the project statement, I wouldn't want to see that done, and I would affirm that objection. So if there's something more specific you have questions on that deal with the sur rebuttal, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I viewed it as in the same vein as sir that was provided, but if that's the ruling on the objection, we can leave it there.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all, Your Honor. Witness is available for cross.
All right. So any questions for witness Neal?
Your Honor, I do have cross-examination for Neal that's more extensive than what you've seen so far today. I would ask if this is an appropriate time to take a lunch break and then resume with Ms. Neal's cross after lunch.
Okay, it's 12:04. We could take a half an hour and get back. Let's just make it 12:30 and see you then. So fine, get off quick and have a quick lunch. That's fine. See you
Thank
back
you.
at 12:30. We've still got another minute to go. All right. So I think we had Cross for witness Neil.
Back on.
I just wanted to see if we have.
Okay.
There's the witness. Okay, great. Yeah, let's get back on the record. So any of this cross can be conducted in public? No. Okay. So we'll be moving into our breakout room again. And I do believe we have still have the DNR people connected at this point. So we'll need to just distinguish that. I might be able to. Well, I can kick them out once they're in. Might be the easier way to do that. So here you go. We'll go into our room now. Unmute. All right. So we're back in public session.
Yeah, Your Honor, one housekeeping item.
Wait, are we, do we have anything else to do with, anything else for this witness in public session? No? Okay, you're excused. Thanks very much. All right, so something on the record, is that Attorney Agramani, were you asking?
Yes, Your Honor, I was
Okay.
asked about the reclassification of 6 exhibits of Ms. Neal from CEII to confidential. They're exhibits 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 18. NSPW agrees that they can be reclassified as confidential rather than CEII.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming that.
And we do have a change of seat in the hot seat at this point, so we'll make that switch.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, so we're back to cross. We have taken Cub's witness, so we're back to, or are now ready for staff witnesses. And I think we're good to go.
All right, if your honor is ready, the commission would call Macaulay Haller to the stand.
Waiting for our applicant witness to get seated here. I can swear you in the meantime. So raise your right hand. And do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Having trouble hearing you.
I do.
Ah, perfect. There you go. Thanks. Great. Okay. Go ahead, Attorney Peters.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Macaulay Haller.
And what is your position at the Department of Natural Resources?
I work with the Office of Energy, and my role is being responsible for regulation of wetlands and waterways for utility projects.
And how were you involved in this docket?
I was responsible for the wetland and waterway regulations.
Did you file or cause to be filed direct testimony in this docket?
I did.
Now, are the statements and representations in that testimony you filed in this case true and correct?
Yes.
And do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony at this time?
I do not.
Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
Any questions? Don't see any. All right. Thanks very much. You're excused.
Your Honor, next the commission would call Stacy Rowe to the stand.
Can I just ask? I don't see Miss Agramonte. Did she get kicked out?
She switched with Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I can
My
adjust
apologies.
the game here. No, it's hard to keep up with these guys.
Oh, I see her name by him. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So I could have updated that. They did warn me about that. Okay. All right, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Please state your name for the record.
Stacy Rowe.
And what is your position at the Department of Natural Resources?
I am the Endangered Resources Utility and Transportation Liaison.
And how are you involved in this docket?
I reviewed this docket for impacts to rare and non-game species.
Did you file or cause to be filed direct testimony and surrebuttal testimony in this docket?
Yes, I did.
And are the statements and representations in that testimony you filed true and correct?
Yes, they are.
And do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony at this time?
No, I do not.
Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
Any questions? No? Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, the commission would call Jordan Munson to the stand.
Hi there. I'm going to swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Can't hear you. Look like you're muted. Is there a button maybe on your headset? No. If they were on the whole time, they might be.
No. Okay.
If you look on your mute button and there's a little arrow pointing up, there's a whole bunch of different things you can switch to. I don't know if that helps.
Let's see. How about now?
Oh, yes, there we go.
Okay. Sorry about
Gotcha.
that.
That's okay. All right, so we're swearing you in, so I just need an answer.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Please state your name for the record.
Jordan Munson.
And what is your position at the Department of Natural Resources?
I'm an air management engineer.
And how are you involved in this docket?
I am the lead permit writer for writing their air permit.
And did you file or cause to be filed direct testimony, errata testimony, and surrebuttal testimony in this docket?
Yes.
And are the statements and representations in that testimony you filed true and correct?
Yes.
Do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony or exhibits at this time?
No.
Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
All right, any questions? Not seeing any. All right, thanks. You're excused.
Thank you.
Take care.
Next, Your Honor, the commission would call Tyler Tomaszewski to the stand.
You there? Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great. All right, go ahead.
Please state your name for the record.
Tyler Tomaszewski,
What is your position at the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin?
Environmental Analysis and Review Specialist.
And how are you involved in this docket?
I am assigned as the Environmental Review Coordinator.
Did you file or cause to be filed direct testimony in this docket?
I did.
And did commission staff file an environmental assessment exhibit in this docket?
Yes, that's correct.
And are the statements and representations in the testimony you filed in this case true and correct?
Yes.
Do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony at this time?
I do not.
Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
Any questions? No? Thanks, you're excused.
Your Honor, the commission would call Jeff Kitzenbull to the stand.
There he is. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Can you just move the microphone a little bit away from your face? Just giving us some interference there. Okay, great. Okay, go ahead.
Please state your name for the record.
Jeffrey Kitzenbull.
And what is your position at the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin?
I am an engineer that reviews construction authorization requests.
Okay, you're gonna have to just adjust that mic a little bit again. You're kind of scratching. Yeah, try.
I'm an engineer at the commission and I review construction authorization requests.
Let's go off the record for a sec. Yeah, I just want to take it away from your face a little bit.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
If you can keep it there.
I heard your
need to
answer.
restate that? Okay.
No, I got it.
Yeah, got the answer. Okay. All right, because there may be some more questions for you, so I want to make sure we set up, ahead of time. Okay, go ahead, Attorney Peters.
How are you involved in this docket?
I reviewed data relating to the Encompass modeling supplied by the Yes, I did.
Are the statements and representations in that testimony you filed true and correct?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony at this time?
Yes, I would like to offer alternative wording for the order condition related to project cost, which is mentioned in my pre-filed direct testimony on page 20, lines 6 through 14, into the record for the commission to consider in this docket. This alternative would be in addition to and is not intended to replace the wording in my pre-filed direct testimony. I am aware that in a recent construction docket, the commission approved alternative wording relating to its project order condition. Current wording substantially similar to the project cost order condition approved in docket 6680 CE 184 is as follows. The commission, consistent with its past practice, shall review in a future rate proceeding the recoverability of costs associated with the project. If it is discovered or identified that the project cost, including force majeure costs, may exceed the estimated cost, the applicant shall, within 30 days of when it becomes aware of the possible change or cost increase, notify the commission of the accounts or categories where the costs deviate from those authorized and shall itemize and segregate those costs by major accounts and provide sufficient documentation to support and explain the reasons for such deviations.
Did you have any other additions or modifications necessary for your testimony at this time?
I do not.
Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
All right. Who do we have questions? Who has questions for the witness?
Wheaton, Wisconsin does, Your Honor.
Anyone else? Just want to be sure we. No? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Kitzenbill, Brett Cordy with Clean Wisconsin. Just a few questions for you. Referring to page 12 of your direct testimony. Here you describe a discrepancy in NSPW's identified capacity needs for the years 2024 and 2025. Discrepancy between table 2-6 in the application and figures provided in NSPW's response to data request PSCW CW-3.21, with the numbers in the response to the data request being smaller by about 10%. Is that characterization of your testimony correct?
Yes.
And I take it you reviewed that data request response?
Yes.
Do you know what the source of that discrepancy was?
I do not.
In your testimony, you seem to mention energy efficiency, but are you testifying that you don't know that that was a discrepancy, but that was a I don't know, a hunch? Or could you clarify?
I'm not sure if there was a difference in that. I do not know if that was the sole reason or if there were other things.
Thank you. Did staff submit a data request to the applicant to confirm the cause of the discrepancy?
I do not recall, but I do not believe so. I think these were the most recent data requests, but I don't recall one. But right at this point, I'm not. I can't say for sure, but I do not believe we did.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Mr. Kitzenbill.
All right. Any other cross? And redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right. Thanks very much. You're excused.
Your Honor, at this time, the commission would call Chang Wu to the stand.
Okay, see you there. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Chang Wu.
What is your position at the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin?
I'm the engineering supervisor in the Division of Energy Regulation and Analysis.
And how are you involved in this docket?
I conducted engineering analysis of the reliability aspects of the project.
Did you file or cause to be filed direct testimony in this docket?
Yes.
And are the statements and representations in the testimony you filed true and correct?
Yes.
Do you have any additions or modifications to your testimony at this time?
No.
Mr. Wu, are you familiar with the completeness determination process conducted pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 196.491 in construction dockets such as this one?
Yes, I am.
And was a completeness determination completed in this docket?
Yes.
And when was that completeness determination issued?
It was filed on the electronic records filing system as IRF number 470287 on June 12th, 2023.
Does commission staff intend to submit that document into the record?
Yes, commission staff intends to submit a delayed exhibit PSC completeness determination to the record following this hearing.
And are there any other delayed exhibits that will be presented by commission staff?
Yes, staff will also be presenting the data request exhibit and public comments exhibit.
Thank you. Your Honor, the witness is available for cross-examination.
Any questions? No, not seeing any. All right, thanks very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, that's all of our witnesses. Thanks. Okay, so just a few, anything else we need to address before we adjourn? Okay. Did want to mention a few things. First of all, yeah, we can give everyone, we'll extend the filing deadlines, post-hearing filing deadlines from 3 working days to 5. So that'll be the verification affidavits, corrections to testimony exhibits, and the exhibits that were offered and received at the hearing that were not filed before and offered and received at the hearing today. So that hopefully will help you a little bit. We do have the process for the transcripts that we need to be mindful of, the where we have a transcript where a party is claiming confidential filing status. And I think in this case, it's all CII. So we'll be sharing that through the SFTP. My understanding of the process is that because you all have accounts with us that are currently valid accounts, they haven't expired yet, that you can move documents freely in and out of your folder at this point. So for CII transcripts and other documents, the exhibits and refiled testimony, my understanding is you can log in and upload and download those documents up until the time your account expires. And I think for everyone here, it's March 1st is that expiration. So I think we should be okay with, and briefs as well, briefs, decision matrix, comments, anything else that's CII up until March 1st should be able to freely move documents between you and us. So we will be communicating then in terms of when the draft transcript will be available for download. And if corrections involve CII, transcript corrections, they'll have to be uploaded through the SFTP, and the final versions will be distributed through the SFTP. So we'll try to communicate when those documents become available. You'll want to email those that notice to everyone, and I'll do the same in terms of the transcript. So that's one process. The other process is For maintaining a claim of confidentiality regarding the transcripts, we'll need to see, we'll make the full version available on the SFTP, then the person claiming, which I think is really the applicant, just be clear, claiming CEII transcript handling. Applicant is going to need to file a CEII version of that transcript with the CEII highlighted. And that would be uploaded to the SFTP. Then also file a confidential version and a public version on IRF. And currently, I think the FMO gives you 5 days to do that right now. But if in case it's shorter, which I think it's already 5 days, in case it's shorter, we'll extend it to 5 days, 5 working days to turn that around. And then by doing that, you'll have made your claim to maintain confidential status by filling out the IRF form, filing those documents on IRF. So we still have one pending for the status conference. So you want to make sure you adhere to that process with the status conference transcript. I think that was made available at some point last week. So there's probably only a few days left to make that claim. The other item was the application updates. I think I'm going to reverse my decision here and have the applicant file a revised application document. I just don't want us to be confused. And, we get down the road when it's down to reviewing the record and issues in court, or if, for example, we're looking at a compliance filing down the road, does the project meet what the commission approved? We want to be able to say, here's what was in the application, the final version that the commission had before it. So if we could incorporate the changes that were proposed to the application document, the application in chief, we could put those revisions into a new revised version of that document and then file that through the SFTP and through IRF. Then revise that application exhibit to include, it's up to you. You can include both versions, the revised and the original version. Just put it on a separate line, say, revised, and then put in the links for the IRF links for that. And then you could just use the format that I have for the application exhibit. And I think you're familiar with that now. So just look like a separate line here with, if you want to put original and revise, just be on a second line with the final version. Yeah, I think it's important that we just have what the applicant is asserting is the application at this point in the process, rather than referring back to other documents. Then we'll have to figure out what was meant by whatever was in those other documents, which ones applies, which one doesn't. So I think it's better for us in the future just to have that clear on the record. The other thing, I think there was one more thing here, which was the documents for inclusion for discovery exhibits. And I think we have a bunch of them marked, but in terms of, there's a number of them that weren't marked. So I don't know if they're still being offered. And if they are, we should mark them so that we know what to call them when you file. So at this point, I only have Neal 25, Wood 4, and Singletary 1. And there's what I have in the table, item 1, 3, 5, and 6 still unmarked. So were parties still intending on offering those? And what document designation should we give them?
We are the ones that are not marked. We are not
intending to offer at this time. All right.
Okay. And any other parties?
I that it's I'm sorry, Your Honor, I have to just look at what that response to.
Yeah, and those are the names you guys go give those documents. I just copied them. So I apologize if it looks.
I didn't put that there, but I'm not sure who did. Did NSPW do that? Justin?
Which is that? You'll have to give us an item number. That might be
Line 3. So I understand line 5 and 6 was the company. Item 3, was that the company or was that clean?
I can't tell you that.
I'm not sure why that's there. It wasn't.
I don't believe we ever intended to offer that response.
And 1, 5, and 6. Anyone else?
Okay, I think we will actually for that third one. Can we mark that? X. NSPW. Forget it. That was not me. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay, I just wanted to be sure because I know people were intending to use them, but we didn't. So I just want to make sure we're not going to see a correction on paper. If we can handle it now, that would be good. But no one wants those documents in the record. Okay, that's fine. So we just have the 3 that are identified already, and you'll just need to file those. Yeah, so just file those as exhibits using the full process we discussed at the beginning of the hearing. All right. Anything else? Okay. Well, thanks very much, everyone. We will see some of you on Thursday, and I appreciate everyone's patience with our process and attendance here today. Take care. We're adjourned.